amid heightened tensions between the U.S., Israel and Iran. White House Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt said talks with Tehran are ongoing and showing progress. Leavitt added that any assurances given behind closed doors will be closely tested, with Washington prepared to hold Iran accountable. She warned that failure to honor commitments could trigger military consequences, as outlined by the U.S. president. According to her, Iranian representatives appear more reasonable in private negotiations than their public stance suggests.
How do you ensure that you're making a deal with the people who can actually implement it?
Well, that's part of the ongoing process that's taking place. And the ongoing negotiations, of course, anything that they say to us privately will be tested, and we will ensure that they are being held accountable to their word. And if they are not, the president has laid out the military consequences that the Iranian regime will see if they don't hold true to the words that we are hearing privately behind the scenes. When the president says more reasonable, again, these folks are appearing more reasonable behind the scenes privately in these conversations than perhaps some of the previous leaders who are now no longer on planet Earth.
The president has set a deadline for April 6th in just 1 week. What does the president need to see to not move forward with those strikes by April 6th?
Well, I think he said it in his Truth Social post this morning. He wants to see a deal over the next 10 days. That timeline is waning, several days left, and we'll see. I won't get ahead of it. We'll see what happens in the end of the 10-day period.
And even as Washington maintains that talks with Tehran are progressing, Iran is publicly pushing back. Iranian Foreign Ministry spokesperson Esmaeil Baghaei has denied any direct negotiations with the United States, calling U.S. demands excessive, unrealistic and illogical. Now, Baghaei insisted that no direct talks have taken place since the last round of negotiations and dismissed reports of ongoing engagement. He also warned that Iran would not remain passive in the face of what he described as illegal aggression by the United States and Israel, signaling a more assertive stance.
We have had no direct negotiations with America so far. Since the last round of negotiations until now, the US demands have been very excessive, unrealistic and illogical. The meetings that Pakistan has with neighboring countries are, well, a framework they themselves have established. We have not participated in this framework. Can it be allowed that Iran and Iranians be in a position of confronting the illegal aggression of America and the Zionist regime to use the available capabilities on the soil of regional countries while our armed forces remain silent? The duty of every authority demands that it respond to such cases with all its power.
US President Donald Trump has issued a stark warning to Iran, saying Washington could target key energy infrastructure if the Strait of Hormuz is not reopened. In a post on Truth Social, Trump said the US would completely obliterate Iran's electric generating plants and oil facilities if the crucial shipping route remains blocked. The warning comes as Iran escalates retaliation against US and Israeli strikes, targeting Israel, American bases and even Gulf states, while effectively choking fuel exports through the Strait of Hormuz. The disruption has raised alarm across global energy markets. Meanwhile, the US has deployed thousands of troops to West Asia, with some already on the ground, signaling speculation of a potential ground invasion, though no formal details have been announced just as yet.